Hello, today we're going to be doing an apple donut, but just not a regular apple donut. We're going to be doing a baked apple donut. Now, we would normally use like a baking pan for this, and this is this brand I really love. I love the Nordic Ware. But instead, not everyone has one of these. We're going to use a cupcake pan for our little donuts. So let's go ahead and get started. You're going to need 1¼ cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a pinch of salt. Now, I don't like to put too much salt in my recipes, so the amount of salt you use is up to you. Now you're just going to go ahead and mix that all up. And I did use the pink salt. I do like the pink salt. It's really good. All right, and then we're going to add our next ingredient. 1 egg and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Make sure to get all that out there. And then I just combine the vanilla with the eggs there. 1/2 cup of melted butter or softened butter. Make sure to scrape that really good. 1/2 cup of sugar. 1/2 cup of apple juice. We're going to mix that up all together here. And then once we do that, we're going to add our secret ingredient to make it even more, actually even taste better and more apple flavor. All right, so this is our apple compote, and what it is it's 1 cup of apple juice, 1 apple. I put in 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and a little bit of sugar, like 1/4 cup of sugar. And the great thing about this is you can add more or less cornstarch depending upon how thick you need it. So we're just going to go ahead and just put that over the oven and cook that on a low heat. So you notice we have the nice apple chunks there. All right, so the amount of apple you put in is what you would like to do. So right now I just put in probably about 2 tablespoons. I'm going to put in a little bit more. So it has that nice apple texture and flavor. So that's probably more like 1/3 cup of what I put in. We're going to stir that all up together. Now, if you want more, you can, but keep in mind that when you bake with a fruit, you're going to go ahead and it's going to take a little longer to cook because of all the moisture in it. So that's another thing. I'm going to do probably a little bit more. So maybe this is closer to 1/2 cup, just because I really like pink lady apples, and this is what we used in this one. So it looks nice like that, and we're going to go ahead and put it into our cupcake pan. Okay, make sure to spray your cupcake pan with the nice oils, and usually it's like an oil with the baking flour in it, which works really well. And then you just go ahead and scoop it in and fill it in about half full. And once we have that, we're going to go ahead and put that in the oven at 350. Let's get started. While we're waiting for that to cook, we're going to go and make our icing. So that's going to be 1 cup of powdered sugar, 2 tablespoons of melted butter. And now we're just going to stir that all up together. We are going to, like a lot of times people will put in vanilla, but because we want more of that apple flavor, what we're going to do is we're going to add some apple juice to it. So this is 1/3 cup, but we're not going to add all of it. We're going to only add a little bit at a time. So it's just a little thick, so we're just going to add just a little bit more to our icing. So how much you add depends upon how thick you like it. We want this icing a little thinner because we're going to drizzle it over it. So you just go ahead and add. Now the apple juice is just in like a measuring cup, so that way you can add a little bit at a time as you need it. So this is actually looking really nice. It's a nice consistency. You can put into a compostable baking bag that I have showed you how to fold up before, and put our icing in, and we'll just drizzle that right over the top of our apple donuts. All right, we put our icing in a bag, and now we just cut the tip there. We're just going to go ahead and just spread it on. Now the amount of icing you put on depends upon how much icing you want on it. So it looks something like that. And let's show you what one looks like on the inside. So if you go ahead and cut that like that, you have nice apples in there, nicely baked, nice golden brown bottom, and the nice icing on the top. Let me show you what the finished product looks like. All right, so here's the finished product. It looks like a muffin, but it's actually a donut. And that way, I guess you could call it maybe a donut, and a muffin could be a mo-nut, which sounds kind of odd. But I like the idea of a muffin and a donut combined, which be a Duffin. So whatever you want to call it, it's really yummy. I hope you get a chance to try this out. And check out some of our other videos. Thank you very much for watching, and let's make the world a better place.